studied in detail is Huntington's disease, where it's possible to make the diagnosis fairly easily on a molecular basis, often decades before people may develop symptoms. So the ethical issue is, should children be given that information, or should that information be made available before they have a choice as to whether or not they wish to be tested? And many ethicists say that, in fact, if there's no known intervention that will change the outcome, that you shouldn't do that testing until they have reached the age of majority and they can make an informed decision themselves. But Denny, you might like to comment on that.
Yeah, so if the testing is, it's really similar to what Mark said, if the testing is purely for carrier status determination, in other words, it's not to determine whether the check helps determine whether the child may be infected or not, but just carrier status. And as far as we know, there are no health implications of being a carrier. They are reproductive implications. So that is actually the child's choice. So automatically at 18, they have the ability to make that choice. I think most geneticists, if it becomes an issue, most parents don't want it to become an issue before that. If the child is able to make that choice and verbalize that choice, that they would like to be tested and understand the implications of that testing, that's the time to do it. So it's really the child's choice to be tested or not to be tested, not the parent's choice.
The big difference in this situation, based on the question, is that it's a half-brother. So in that case, it is purely carrier testing for the half-brother, not an issue of whether or not that individual is affected. With whether or not an individual is affected, the issues that Dr. Patterson raised, and testing symptomatically, if something arises that causes a question or concern, may be more appropriate.
And I'm actually going to put a plug in for genetic counselors here. And it comes at, Mark turned to me and he said, probably. And if you've known me, I'll tell you, I'm a geneticist, you'll never hear zero from me. It is very good when you're thinking about doing this to get in with a genetic counselor that can walk you through. The issue came up yesterday. These tests are not 100%. Okay? They're pretty good, but there are issues involved that when you're doing them, the person is getting that information. It's really important that they understand it. I hate doing it over the phone. I can't do it over the phone because I can't read people's faces over the phone. But my recommendation is get with a genetic counselor or a geneticist that can walk you through the issues, and then your child can decide whether they want to be tested.
And I can make that referral.
Next question.